what God will give you, your time is actually coming. Like, even if God doesn't do that thing which I'm asking of him to do for me, I'll never let go. Yo! Before I say anything, I just want to say this. I want you to know that there is a deep purpose in your waiting. And if it had happened sooner, it won't have been a blessing. So this video, I'm going to talk about the possible reasons why God is making you wait, and also what to do while you wait. I know, and we all know, that there are times in our life when we get to experience seasons of waiting, and in one area of your life you're waiting for something. You're waiting to get married, you're waiting to get an admission, and there are so many areas in our lives where we are waiting for something to happen. These are the possible reasons I feel, and I've just listed out on why God is actually making you wait, and there might be so many other reasons, but these are the ones I've listed out in this particular video. One of the reasons I think that God is actually making you wait is that God is using that situation to change you. He's using that time, or he's using that season of your waiting to actually change you, to mold you into a better person. Because if you go to that place, if you start that business, or if you get married, you might not be the person that it's supposed to be there. So God is changing your mindset, he's changing your character, he's molding you, he's forming you, he's teaching you. Like, there's so many things that he's actually trying to make you learn in that season of waiting. And if you get to enter to that position, if you actually get that promotion or whatever before forming and becoming that person that God wants you to be, you're actually going to enter there and you're going to fumble. So the second one is that God is preparing you for what is ahead. He's actually trying to mold you and prepare you for the greater things that is to come. So if you want to get an admission, you don't even know that maybe if you get admission and enter that school, you might even stay there 5 years without graduating. But then if you wait, like if you wait, maybe probably you wait, you go through jam lessons, even WAEC lessons, and gain enough knowledge. I'm not saying you should fail your WAEC or anything, or fail your jam or anything, but I'm just using it as an example. Or let's say you're waiting to get married, and then you get married and you're not as strong, or there are some things you've not experienced in your life affect you in terms of your marriage. And sometimes we're just in a haste. I want this to happen, I want this to happen, I want this to happen. But sometimes you have to go back and ask yourself, am I actually ready for this thing? Like, within myself, do I think I am ready? And then sometimes our plans are not God's plans. God's plan is actually greater than our own plans. But the third one is that it might not be the right time. God, your father, my father, is the creator of the whole universe, and he sees what we cannot see. And even before we were born, he already knew you, he knew me, he knew my name. So God sees beyond what our physical eyes can see. So he knows what is ahead, he knows the right time. So that is why we have to always trust God's timing. So probably the time that we think is the right time is not actually the right time, and it's not actually God's time, and he knows that it is not the right time. So that is why he's making you wait for that right time. It's just like a 6-year-old asking the parents for a car or something. Your parents know that this is not the right time. What you're asking for might be good, but now this is not the right time, because if I give you this, then it might lead to your destruction. So your parents, or the person that you are seeking that thing from, knows that that is not the right time. So the second thing I'll be talking about is what to do while you wait. So sometimes many of us wait, and then our attitude and the things we do while we wait can actually lead us to destruction, and can actually even hinder God from doing that thing which we have been waiting for and which he has been planning to do in our life. So when you wait, you want to keep a joyful heart. You want to be at your best and do your best while you wait. Don't put all your focus in that problem, and don't tie your joy to that thing. Focus on other things. So if you're waiting probably to get a child, don't put your happiness around getting a child. Don't put your happiness around, and don't too concentrate, because when you focus mainly on that thing, it's actually going to steal your joy, and it's actually going to hinder you from doing so many other things which you can do. So there are so many other things which you can do while you also wait for that thing. Like, you can do so many other things, and don't just tie your joy and wait for till this thing happens before I'll be happy. What if that thing eventually happens? all the time and all the years which you have wasted waiting for that thing to happen will be wasted already. So instead, do other things. So when that thing happens to you, you are still happy because there are so many other things which you have also done while you are waiting for that particular thing to happen. Remember that it is just a journey. Remember that this phase you're going through, what you're waiting for, is part of the journey. It's not yet the destination. So if you're waiting to get an admission, you know that even after you get the admission, after the school, there's another stage of your life. And after that journey, there's also another phase of your life to come. So remember that it is a journey, and the final destination is our destination after here on earth, which is in heaven. Remember that the right time is the best time. If something good happens in your life and it is not the right time, it can actually make that thing which is good to turn out to be bad. So it's just like having a child and then you have a child before marriage, or you have a child outside marriage. Having a child is a beautiful thing, but that time, is it the right time? No. And so it actually leads to something good happening in your life, and then it's turning out to be a bad thing if it's not actually the right time. So remember that the right time is actually the best time, and God knows the right time. Celebrate others while you're waiting. You don't have to be envious of others. Celebrate them while they celebrate, and as you wait also for what you're waiting for, celebrate others. Don't be envious of them, because your time is actually coming. There's this thing I heard about, when an elephant is pregnant, it takes a longer time for the elephant to give birth, but when the elephant gives birth, what he gives birth to is actually very big. Understand? Just like other animals that can take like a few weeks and they've given birth, they give birth to plenty, but most times the elephant gives birth to one, and that one is bigger than all the other animals. Like, so what you're waiting for will come, and it will come big, and it will come at the right time and when you least expect it. Wait upon the Lord in praise and worship in his presence. So when you're waiting, you want to be working for God. When you're waiting, you want to keep on a joyful attitude. You want to praise God and thank him. There's this song by Deborah Ineche which says that even if you slay me or choose to delay me, I'll never let go. Like, even if God doesn't do that thing which I'm asking of him to do for me, I'll never let go. Like, I've chosen to serve you. Like, come what may, I'm come rain, come shine, I'm serving you. Even if I'm waiting for something, I'm serving you. So keep on a joyful attitude even while you wait for what you're waiting for to happen, and worship at his presence. Seventh one is go and do the next right thing. Go and do the next thing. Don't focus on that thing and let it consume all your whole time. Imagine if you're waiting for something and it will take a year, and you're in that year murmuring and waiting for that particular thing. You're not doing other things. Imagine if that thing happens the next year. Like, that's your 1 year. You've wasted that 1 year because you're just there waiting. What if you had gone to do something else, and then the next year what you're waiting for happens? You see that you've actually gained an extra thing while even waiting for that thing to happen. So if you're waiting for marriage, you can focus on yourself and start up a business or start up something and do so many other things, or you can gain an extra degree or do so many other things. And even when that marriage comes, you see that you've gained something even while you were waiting. Like, just remove your mind from what you're waiting for and focus on other things in your life, and when you least expect it, that thing that you're waiting for is actually going to come. Let go of good for best. What God will give you, if you wait on God, what he will give you, he will give you the best. So sometimes God is telling you, let go of that thing. Let go of that relationship that is not serving you. Let go of that little for best. Something you have to ask yourself is, do I trust God enough to let go? And if you trust God enough to let go of what he's telling you to let go of, but then you have to listen to God and know that God is the one telling you to let go of that thing for something better. You're going to get signs, you're going to get like directions, you're going to get, God is going to tell you to let go of that thing. So if he's telling you to let go of that thing, let go of it for something better, because what is going to give you in return is actually going to be better than what you currently have. The ninth one is to give out more in your season of waiting. So give out your time, give out your attention, give out love, give out material things, give out money, give out your clothes. Like, do more of giving in your season of waiting. And when you give more, you see that God is actually going to give you what you're actually asking him